Hey guys, not a tequila or a martini episode today, but we are classing it up a little more than NASCAR, going with the old Sammy A's. It's going in my new Moonstone Dyeworks koozie. It was brought to my attention that there is a debate on whether it is, I'm gonna spill it if I do that, whether it is koozie or cozy. I call it a koozie. Look at the back of it. For those of you who are unaware of who Moonstone Dyeworks is, that's our girl Tommi. She is also the host of the Squirrel Pie Productions podcast, not to be confused with our other squirrely friend, the Fat Squirrel. Y'all know. That's not bad. What is it? Sam 76 Refreshing Lager. I'll take it. So let's get started. Go grab your drink. Hey guys, Chevy Rel here. This is the Chevy Rel Stuff podcast. For those of you who are new, welcome to the crazy. I have gotten hella new subscribers for some reason. I know that there's been some shout outs, some people talking. The Etsy shop has brought some people here, I believe, like within the new Yarny community. So welcome so much. Our girl Z did an amazing shout out for me. Thank you, girlfriend. So I've really been feeling the love here lately. For those of you who have never been here before or it's your first time, we are in the stuff room. What the stuff room is, I'll link a little eye up here. I did a stuff room tour many moons ago now. Thanks to my friend Carrie, who is also the host of the Creative Obsession podcast. She and Tommi are both my West Coast peeps. She just totally rearranged her studio, and it makes me want to rearrange the stuff room. I mean, I don't know how much rearranging I'll do since, you know, like there's a lot of stuff on the walls. But what the stuff room is it is comprised of some of my most valuable and prized possessions, whether it be stuff that I've picked up on trips that's meaningful for me, artwork that I've had friends make me, treasures, a lot of them from my grandparents. My Grandma Nada and my Grandma Peg are in this room a lot. This picture right here is a signed autograph from the one and only John Glenn. Yep, that's right. And I think it's on a napkin. Oh no, it's not on a napkin. It's on an actual piece of paper. But my grandma saw him speak and framed it at some Democratic convention or something. And then this right here, my Grandma Peg made. You can't tell what it is at all. Hold on, I'll show it. Show and tell. Haven't done a show and tell since the beginning. Shoo. This is a crewel piece. For those of you who don't know what crewel is, welcome to the club. I don't either. It's like a form of embroidery. So, but it's just with really thick yarn and there's all these stitches. So my Grandma Peg made that. There's your show and tell. Anyway, there's all sorts of little treasures stuck in nooks and crannies of the stuff room. And after I clean it and rearrange it a little bit, I am going to do a new stuff room tour. However, I am not going to commit to when that's going to happen, y'all. Life is crazy busy. Olive is over here panting to come in, so I'm going to let her in. For those of you who don't know who Olive is, let me give you a short introduction because I know we have some new friends amongst us today. This is Olive. Everyone loves an Olive sighting. She's kind of like the token mascot. She is our, why are you squirming? She is our 11-year-old blind diabetic 3-legged pug who also has bladder cancer and dry eye. Huh. She's our little old lady. This is a knitting podcast. One would have never guessed that have you just happened to stumble across this podcast. But let's get on to the stuff, because one of the reasons that it's beer night is I have adulting to do after this, which, speaking of adulting, I'll talk more about the teeth thing at the end. Some of you know the teeth saga. I went to the oral surgeon yesterday and it's not fun, but we're gonna be happy. Let's talk about some FOs. Oh, first I had to show you, I got a new tripod, which the lighting is really going in and out. I'm gonna have to edit some of those light changes out because I know that a lot of you hate that. But I got a new fancy tripod that I don't have to fight, and it's not really fancy. And I got it with my Discover cashback money because it's the only money that I don't feel guilty as hell spending right now, because I kind of look at it as free money, even though Dan would tell you that it's not free money, because it's not really free money. Y'all get it. Y'all get it. But it was my treat, because let me just show you what you guys used to set on. Ding, 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 ding. Okay, this was my setup. These are yoga blocks. And this thing, while it seems like pretty cool in theory because you can, you know, manipulate it or whatever. Yeah, these things break off there. This thing, my phone was too heavy for it, so it always fall. So we got some shit upgraded, yo. As many of you know, I'm working my way through the 200 Crochet Blocks book. The last one you saw was number 24. So I am up to 28 now. 25. I had this one done the last time, but if y'all remember, I left it at work. In the book, it is very Christmassy. It's not my jam, just saying. So 25, this is Tenenbaum. Then we have 26, which is, here, behind my pale face, which is Snowflake. And here again, mine doesn't look like a real snowflake because... Then 27 is Snowy Stripes, and it has a nubbin. I don't know what my problem is. At first I thought it was the book, but maybe I'm doing something wrong. I don't know. Yet another square with a nubbin. Then I just finished the Christmas Rose, which is number 28, which is this one. And mine is blocking and looks like this. So there you have it, folks. Okay, hair's going up and this sweater's coming off as soon as I show it to you. So how about I show it to you now, huh? Hey, I put blue in my hair. Y'all see it? I'm not a fan. I liked my purple. My purple will be, I'm doing my purple next. Purple's my color. The sweater that I am wearing is the Nordiska. I'll put a picture in because I don't have the pattern, even though a lot of you probably know what it is. I'm a little slow on the uptake with this pattern. However, I am not somebody who jumps on bandwagons of patterns. Do y'all feel like sometimes when you're watching podcasters, they all be knitting the same shit? Does anybody else feel that way? I don't normally jump on the bandwagons, not because I don't dig the pattern, just because I feel like everybody else is knitting it. So when I do like the pattern, I'll come back to it later, which I feel like is kind of what happened with this sweater. Nordiska by Caitlin Hunter. It's a $7 pattern. I chose to leave the color work out, so let me just show you. This yarn is Mineville Wool Company in the Constellation colorway, and I did get the skinny on this because, you know, I'm not good at this stuff. They are one-offs, I think. My friend Rachel is like awesome at all things yarn and designers, and I am not. And I believe that she said that Mineville dyes in small batches, so... And it's basically like, that's it. So if y'all ever see anything that you like from them, and I've also heard that like if they ever did Constellation again, it's safe to say that it'll be very different than this Constellation colorway. So if you see something from the Mineville Wool project that you're loving, grab it because you're probably not going to get it again. So here it is. I like it a lot. It's my first cropped sweater. Now, I plan on wearing this over dresses. I'm just not today. I put a little tag, oh sorry, geez, blowout. I put a little tag on it. Let's see the little heart, and then when you flip it that way, it says 2019. That's for my friend Barbara. Where's my thing? Hold on. Where is it? Oh, it's in another project. I'll show you in a minute. But my friend Barbara has really cool stuff from the Knitting I Love podcast. She'll be linked down below as well. But I was super excited to put that on there. I knit it per pattern. This is a medium, and I did helix knitting. So I am a huge advocate of helix knitting. I love it. I love it so much. And it grew. If y'all remember, I was a little worried, and the hem is laying down just fine, I think. It's good for me anyway. Is it good for you? And now I'm taking it off because it's hot as balls in here. Not that I know how hot balls are, but you know, like I feel like I need deodorant. Isn't it cute though? It's so little. I'm loving this crop sweater life, y'all. Which one am I gonna knit next? I need to get my hinterland done. I have so many cool things and not enough hours in the day to do it. Now, a couple things about, well, I don't know about a couple things, but one thing about the Nordiska and the flippy hem. Lynn, who is a longtime viewer, hi Lynn, she's a West Coaster too, I believe. I think she's California. She shared in the comments on the last video a link that gave some helpful tricks to stopping the rolled hem. I'll link it below. If y'all are interested, definitely go check it out. I'll just kind of touch base on a couple things, but definitely go read the article because there's way too much information in it than for me to tell you here. But there are basically 3 tricks. One of the tricks is going down a needle size, okay? Which a lot of our sweater patterns do that. Then you can decrease stitches. Now, a lot of people, or at least the article said, that she uses both of those 2 things together. So she goes down a needle size and she decreases stitches. Then there's something else about slipping stitches, which I can't remember what it is. So you'll have to check it out. So if y'all are having flippy hem problems, check out the link below. Thank you, Lynn, for sharing it very much. My next FO is not knitting. And I know, even though I say curse words, let me just warn ya, if somebody doesn't like to read them, which I'm guessing if you hear, you fine with it. Do you love it? Isn't it awesome? Oh, okay. This is by Lady Stitchicorn. She is Lady Stitchicorn on Etsy. She is Lady Stitchicorn on Instagram as well. Now, I switched up the colors because this is what I had. And, you know, bitch on a budget right now. Hers is on a black cloth with white stars around it. Her platform that the crystal ball's on is golds. But isn't it awesome? I love it so much. She has awesome patterns and they are very inexpensive. All of her patterns are, I think, under $5. Some of them are $2 and some change US. And they're downloads, right? They're digital downloads. So all of you international peeps across the pond don't have to mess with shipping or anything. I think I've talked about her before because she is the one that also has the tarot card. She has, actually I'll put some pictures. She has the stitcher, the knitter, the hooker. I have them all. Plus I have her Ouija board one. There's a bunch. She has a bunch of cute patterns. I like them a lot. Is this up my alley or what, y'all? That's my final FO. Okay, let's get into the whips. My Hermione's Everyday Socks did get some lovin', not to be confused with McLovin', which I think is a play it now on Netflix right now, for those of you who love Superbad, which I've seen it. I'm not like, I can't quote it or anything. Okay, last time y'all saw it, I was at this marker, which was before the heel. So I've gotten the heel done and this much of the leg. Now, the way I knit my socks, this is the Hermione's Everyday Sock pattern. It's a free pattern. However, it is cuff down. I am a toe-up knitter, so that's what is happening here. When I knit, I wear a size 9, and for me, I will knit down to the toe in pattern, and then I will do, I don't know, whatever cuff I want, 3x1 or 2x2 or whatever. And then I do Jenny's surprisingly stretchy bind off. But it's sort of like perfect for me, the length of my foot versus my cuff. So hopefully this will be finished by the next time y'all see it. I thought I had my, no I don't. I thought it was right here. I lose stuff all the time. Oh, here it is. This is Maddfuzzy Yarn, and it is her Sister Golden Hair Surprise colorway, 80% East Frisian wool, 20% Starfire nylon, and that is gold. So this has gold sparklies in it, which you can't really see because, you guys, it is just a kiss, and it is the perfect amount of sparkles. Everybody needs a little sparkle in their life. Next, did I say whips? We're on whips. I don't think I said it. If I didn't, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm trying to, I have to cook dinner tonight, which for those of you who don't know,
The smoke detector is the song of my people.
Not even playing. So it stresses me out when I have to make like food. Because as some of you OGs know, my post-apocalyptic life skill is clothing us. Somebody's gonna have to feed me because I can't grow anything and I can't kill anything. So unless someone feeds me, I'm gonna die, but I'll make sure we're clothed as long as zombies don't eat sheep. Now, I said I was gonna do this on the last episode. I believe this was a lovely gift from a viewer. This is the Storm Shawl by Hohi. Remember, she's just Hohi now because I think that she has made it to that celebrity status in our world. I'm just saying. So Hohi has a fall knit along every year that's over, I think November 30th or something like that. Go check out her Ravelry group for the deets. Okay, this is what I was trying to show you before from Barbara at Knitting I Love, which I've shown you these before. You put your circular needles in there and it holds it. I suppose now I have to show you. I don't know why I took it out without showing you. That was dumb. So when your project is in your bag, it doesn't come off your needles. Isn't that cool? And these are felt. They're really neat. Y'all should go check them out. You just unsnap it and they come right out of that little pocket there. And this is where I'm at with this shawl, which it's all bunched up on the needles. You're not really going to be able to tell. So sorry about it, but you'll get the gist of it. Okay, I have to be honest with you. Hey, look, I'm using one of my what's it called? Progress Keepers. Total honesty, nothing wrong with the pattern. All personal preference here. I hate drop stitches. Now, this is a paid for pattern, so I won't give away how many wraps there are. But for those of you, especially who are crocheters, because I know we have some just crocheters here visiting, thank you very much. When you do a drop stitch, you wrap it around the yarn a number of times that the pattern tells you, all the way down one row. Then on your way back, you drop all those wraps,
Hence the drop stitch.
and that's what gives you this dropped stitch look. I don't know. Now, sounds real easy, right? You wrap the yarn around, you go down, you drop it off. Yeah, well, no, because here's the thing on knitting needles, right? It chokes right here. So when you're trying to push your stitches down on your needle, which this is a bad example because I'm so close to this, when you try to push them down right here, it chokes around that neck and they don't slide. They don't slide. So the entire row, you're fighting all those wraps because they've gone over top of each other and they're super tight and you kind of have to pull one stitch at a time. It's a big pain in the butt. So this isn't exactly
enjoyable.
That being said, I'm loving the colorway. I think that it's going to be totally awesome when it's finished. It's just not very fun. And there's at least one more drop stitch section on there. The yarn that I'm using looks like this in the cake. And it is by River's Edge Fiber Arts, Carol Larson, and she is from Grand Ledge, Michigan. I believe, oh gosh, blowout. There we go. I believe that I got this a couple years ago now at the Black Swamp Fiber Festival, I think. And this is the Lido Key. Is that right? Lido. On her spotted dog base, and it's 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, 460 yards, fingering. riversedgefiberarts.com. I'll link it below. So far, outside of fighting the drop stitches, it's a fairly easy knit. Have I told you guys that Dan and I are watching the Marvel movies from start to finish? I don't remember if I've mentioned that or not. We are watching them in order, and we are on Ant-Man, so the majority of this was knit while watching Ant-Man. Next is Captain America something. One of the Captain Americas, don't remember. My next and last whip is a new cast on. That's right, folks. This I saw on Instagram. It was on sale. It's a new pattern release by Inese Sang, which I could totally be butchering her name. I'm sorry. It is the Ambershore shawl. There's her name. If I'm butchering that, I apologize. This is a 3-color shawl. On my last podcast, I showed the yarn that Lindsey, my friend Lindsey, she sent me gifts of her yarn. This is her label. She'll be linked. All 3 of these colors are labyrinth colorways. Yes, dear. Whatever. I'm laughing totally normal. Go away so I can finish. Dan's making fun of my laughing because he can hear me laughing in the other room, and he's saying that I'm laughing too hard. That's how I laugh. This is a labyrinth-inspired shawl colorway, yarn. The yarn is labyrinth-inspired colorways, so therefore the Ambershore shawl is going to be my labyrinth shawl. Here they are. This, which is getting totally blown out, there we go, is Jareth. This is Labyrinth, and this is Ludo. I'm so excited. Okay. I'm going to, and I asked Diana and Lindsey what they thought I should do, and they said to just keep her colorway, her gradient, kind of. So her cream will be where my cream is. Her blue is going to be the brown color, and her orange is going to be the yellow color. I started it last night. The yarn is luscious, and the Jareth colorway makes my heart happy. It's just wee little, isn't it? Awesome! I love the little sorry, the lighting sucks. I love the little speckles. Oh, I love it so much. So hopefully the next time you see it, there will be a lot more done. Next up, I have a big old fat fail. Some of you may have seen on Instagram that I was going to start spinning, and I was super, super, super excited to start spinning. A lot. This is, oh, and I don't have the tag. I swear the tag was right here and I can't find it. So I apologize, but I do know that it's Hummingbird Moon fiber, and I also know that it's unicorn farts or something. It's unicorn something, but I can't remember the fiber. I do know that it's fiber I've never spun before. The reason that this is a fail, in my head, I want to spin thin. And part of the reason that I want to spin thin is because Jade from So Perfect Purl, I don't know if you guys watch her podcast or not, but if you're a spinner, well, even if you're not a spinner, but especially if you're a spinner, you should. Her spinning is gorgeous. There is something about her spinning that is just, I'm jealous. It's hands down beautiful. Always. Everything she spins is like thin and balanced and gorgeous and watching her podcast makes me want to spin. And it makes me want to spin thin. And y'all know I haven't spun thin in a very long time. So in my head, let me tell you, I was thinking that it would be white and then like pink and then, yeah, no. So this is what it looks like in the braid, right? Or what it did look like in the braid. Then I pre-drafted to spin thin. I should have known this. I should have known. Like, it was stupid that I didn't know. For those of you who are not spinners, what pre-drafting is, so this is very thick and dense, right? When you pre-draft, it means that you are sliding the fibers and thinning them out. So your fibers are laying like this and they go like this. Well, that spreads all those colors out, which is why I should have known that this was going to happen, so that you get a thinner piece of fiber, which makes it easier then to spin thin. So instead of having like a big old fat chunk, you've already done a lot of the work of thinning it out. Well, in doing so, I figured out that when I spin this thin, it's just going to muddy. It's going to turn to mud. Do you guys remember when, and maybe you've never done this, but when I was little, my grandma would take the broken crayons. I don't know where candles came from. My grandma would take the broken crayons and we would put them, all the little pieces, in cupcake wrappers, and then you'd put them in the microwave and you'd melt them down, and then you'd have one big honking crayon to use. Well, but it got all muddy, and when you'd color with it, it would just like, it's exactly what's going to happen with this. You're going to lose all the definition of the colors. I only pre-drafted half of the braid. So this is the other half of the braid that isn't pre-drafted. I don't want to spin this any thinner. That I'm going to spin this thicker. I'm not going to spin it thin. Talking to, again, Lindsey and Diana, because that's what you do at knitting, right? I think what I'm going to try to do, and Tara, text me if you're watching this, because Tara is awesome, amazing, another friend who's amazing at problem solving my mess ups because I do it all the time. I'm thinking that I'm going to spin this thick, like as one thick single, or bulky, I should say bulky, you know, thick. I'm going to spin this as a bulky, and then I'll spin this thinner than a bulky, but not as thin as I wanted, and ply it together and see what I get. If any of y'all have any suggestions, I will gladly take them in the comments below. Because to be honest with you, I really wanted to spin thin, and I feel like I've already started this, so I have to spin it. And I want to get this spun so that then I can commit to a thin spin. I don't know. Psh, fail. I've lost my notes. I'm covered in fiber. I haven't moved. How did I lose my notes? You guys, I have not gotten up. Oh, you know what I bet I did. Sure did. I put it in my project bag with my Ambershore shawl pattern. If y'all like this bag, I believe it's Birdleg Designs. I got it at Simply Socks a few moons ago. Birdleg Bags. I have received a couple gifts from people who are awesome. I mentioned Barbara from Knitting I Love earlier in the podcast. She is the one that I got my little tag for my sweater and the felt circular needle holders. She is also a pattern designer. She does it all. She podcasts, she designs, she sells cool stuff. She'll be linked below. You should check her out. And she's in Ireland. I have a friend in Ireland. Just saying. If you would have told me when I was a little girl that I would have friends across the pond, I wouldn't have believed you. There's still something so magical about that to me because it's like a faraway land. Especially my friend Angie, who lives like walking distance to Sherwood Forest. Come on now. I love fairy tales. Yes, Sherwood Forest is a real place. There's a tree. Just saying. Anyway, Barbara, Knitting I Love. Go check her out. She doesn't do like, you know how podcasters, we have that standard like FOs, whips, blather, like whatever. Her, what would you call it? Her recording recipe is really cool because she does different sections. Like she'll do an FO and she'll do a pattern design. And anyway, she designed a pattern and she gifted it to me. It's called the Short Visit Hat. I'll put a picture here, which I will definitely be making. I just have not gotten far enough to pick out yarn. I'm really excited about it because I really, really like it. It's just under $5 US. Put that on your wish list if you're looking for a new hat pattern. Then a viewer, a very, very awesome viewer who comments quite a bit and we're kind of like friends. She did a test knit for the Marionberry cowl. I'll put a picture here. The designer is Lindsey Fowler. Now, how cool is this? As a thank you, the designer let her testers pick someone to gift it to, gift the pattern to. So I now have the Marionberry cowl. I'm excited about that. So thank you very much for that gift. Then I got some Happy Mail. Now, crocheters know what Happy Mail is. Knitters may not. Crocheters call their gifts that friends send Happy Mail. And I have Happy Mail from 2 crocheters. So Traci from I Love Loopy Crochet and Treasures, I've talked about her before. I would totally be stitching and bitching at her house if we lived close by, just saying. So she sent me in this cute little bag. Look, that's a Post-it. I mean, she has it taped on the bag because it won't stay, but how cute is that? Just the little baby Post-its. She made these stitch markers, or excuse me, progress keepers. They're so pretty. I've never seen any like that before. So I got 2 of those. I'm going to give one to my mom so we can both have one. Then I am also going to give these to my mom. I love them, Traci, but they're earrings. And I can't wear earrings because my ears are gauged out. For those of you who don't know, like my holes are, can you see through them? My holes are that big. So regular earrings don't work for me, but my mom will love them. So I'm going to give them to mom. Then to go with the earrings, look at this awesome necklace. Okay, so it's crocheted around. Look at that, you guys. This is great. Okay. It's a necklace. So here's the problem, or here's my conundrum. I love the necklace, and the earrings match the necklace, but I can't wear the earrings, so I feel like I have to give my mom the necklace and the earrings, but I might just give her the earrings. I don't know. We'll see. But I love it. Traci, oh my gosh, thank you. That's not all. Some of you may remember me mentioning Traci and the Beachy Keen Shawl that she knit crocheted. She's a crocheter because it had like the Stevie Nicks vibes. You guys, she gifted it to me. Look at this. I have worn this so much. It is so cool. The yarn, it's hold on. Hot mess. I have seriously worn this so much. It's super lightweight. This is like string. So then, here again, look at that little Post-it. It's so cute. It's just a little baby Post-it, and it says washing info. And I have not looked at this yet. So this is Red Heart. It's a Wrap Rainbow. I want to make more out of this. It is so wearable. It is so lightweight. I absolutely love it. I want to see what other colors they have of it. I know I keep showing you this, but it's just like miraculous to me how lightweight and cool it is. I love it. Thank you, Traci, so much. Then there's another crocheter, a crafty Floridian. Actually, I shouldn't even call her a crocheter. Billy does all sorts of stuff. Now, Billy does, it's not really a podcast and it's not really a vlog. Well, no, it is kind of like, I don't even know how to explain it. When you watch Billy's videos, you feel like you're just sitting in her living room with her, like making stuff and talking about your stuff and show and tell. And she does a lot of YouTube live where she's like reading what other people are typing. So it's kind of like you're having a conversation with her. It's really cool. I've not caught one, but I have watched them. She sent me some goodies too. And she's so funny. First, the goodies came in this. So she made me a project bag. I love owls. I love owls. In it, she made me little bags for my Etsy stuff. So some of you on my next update, because I already had the other one done, on my next update might get one of these fandancy little bags with your stuff in. Then she made me a rice bag for my teeth, which I might need. Ugh. So for those of you who don't know what this is, you can put them in the microwave or you can put them in the freezer. But if you put them in the microwave, they get warm, and rice and feed corn. If I have corn bags at work and in the camper, they hold heat, which is, so you put them in the microwave and they get warm and then they hold heat for a while. So that's what this is. So thank you very much, Billy, for thinking of me, and I will be using that. I'll talk more about that later on my teeth, I'm sure. I also had a very, very generous gift in the tarot department, and she wishes to remain anonymous, so she will be, but I want you to know that thank you so much. Opening the box was like Christmas morning for me. I was giddy about it. It was awesome. So thank you very much. Next up is a shout out. I mentioned that some of you have been here. I know that Traci has mentioned me. Billy has mentioned me. I've had a few other shout outs, but the one that was probably most prominent to me was the 3-Ply Girls. They are a new to me podcast. I have not seen them before. And it's so funny because I have seen them before. I just didn't know it was them. A few viewers mentioned in the comments that they talked about me on their episode. So, of course, I subscribed. I watched their latest episode, and they made me blush. My cheeks were hot the whole time they were talking about me. They totally were like, grab your drink, because that's sort of turned into my slogan. And thank you, ladies, very much. If you don't watch the 3-Ply Girls, go watch them. It's 3 friends. They're a hoot. They are obviously close to me in the matter of proximity in the world. So I have no doubt that we will be crossing paths IRL. I'm certain it will happen. I look forward to meeting you in person. Cheers. Last up, I'm going to cram the Etsy shop and the teeth thing together since they are sort of together. Very quick recap. I have some dental things going on for you new viewers. I'll link a past episode, or actually just go back 2 because I'll probably forget. Just go back, like I think it's 2 episodes. If you care about the teeth saga, I went to an oral surgeon Tuesday, and it has gone from potentially costing in the extreme of $10,000 to costing in the extreme of hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now, that's worst case scenario. This all stems down to insurance. Here again, the only reason that I talk about this is because I would have had absolutely no idea. This is a huge learning lesson for me. And if I can help y'all know that this could possibly happen, that's like learn from my lessons sort of thing. I have dental insurance and I have health insurance, both of which I pay for out of pocket because the funeral home that I work for is a small family owned firm, and it's all just individual insurance. So I go to the oral surgeon yesterday, and she said that they'll take my dental insurance for the office visit, but if any sort of biopsy or medical procedure, which is what an oral surgeon does, has to go under my, if any of that needs to be done, which the whole reason that I went there is because they think that I need a biopsy, which is what I need, that's considered medical. Well, my medical insurance they won't take. So I called my medical insurance, and they're telling me that an oral surgeon is considered dental, and I don't have dental, I have medical. But the oral surgeon is saying that procedure is coded as medical. But my health insurance is saying that they don't cover anything that oral surgeons do because it's considered dental. So I was ugly crying, of course, in the oral surgeon's office again. That being said, you guys, this oral surgeon was amazing. He was so nice. He was so for the win. My second opinion on my dentist and the second opinion on the oral surgeon are great. So now my only problem is insurance. He's going to do a biopsy. I have to wait for them to call and schedule it. They're like a month out. Then he'll send that biopsy someplace, and it could be 20 different things, and we won't know until we get the biopsy back as far as what it is. The major thing that everyone is totally perplexed about, and for you new viewers who don't care, I apologize, but this is what it is. I have an abscess up in my gum, but my teeth are all viable, which means they're alive. When they do the cold test thing, they're all alive. All of the professionals are completely perplexed by that, because looking at the x-ray and seeing the abscess that's up in my gum, that doesn't do, I mean, you can't see it, it's not inflamed, you can only see it on the x-ray. And then about a handful of nights out of the year, it'll throb and I can feel it. And every once in a while, I'll take a drink and it will send me through the roof sensitivity wise. But outside of that, I don't have pain or anything. It's not like it's not painful. I can just feel it sometimes. It looks like my teeth should be dead. So then he took this other x-ray because I guess, and I have no idea what the word is. I mean, he said it and it was this, there's no way that I could say it again. But he said the reason that he did another x-ray is because there is this, not disease, diagnosis. There is some sort of tooth something or another that African American women get. And at the roots of your teeth, it looks like there's pockets of abscess. But it's not. It's actually bone. It's just for some reason it shows up that way on x-rays. So they know that runs in African American females, and he thought that maybe that's what I had, so he did an x-ray, and that's not, I don't have it in any of my other teeth, so he doesn't think that that's what it is. So Nobody knows what it is. We won't know until I get a biopsy. It's like the hurry up waiting game. He did say that the nice thing about it is that I am not in pain. So the fact that it's taking so long to figure out what it is, at least you get it. At least I'm not having to deal with pain on top of that. So thank you so much for all of you who are concerned and are asking me about it. It's like it makes my heart swell that you guys care. I do know that everyone has their own problems, and the fact that you are worried about me and my teeth, like, thank you very much. That being said, some of you know that I have opened an Etsy shop. The first update was last Friday. I will be honest, I was going to open the shop, and because I was so nervous about opening the shop, I was going to then shut off my phone and record an episode, but I had too many martinis instead and didn't record. It was very exciting and I was nervous, and thank you all so much for your orders. It was awesome. I'm already working on my next update, especially since the hundreds of thousands words came out of the oral surgeon's mouth, and that has me petrified. But I will be continuing to create for my Etsy shop. The next update will be different than the first update, and I'll give you just a little sneak peek of what I kind of have in store. It's just a little sneak peek. That's all you're getting. So there's going to be some things happening on the next update, but I have no idea when that will be. Life is, of course, super busy. However, this is taking precedent. I'm treating this like a second job. I am working my tail off. It is a lot of work, and I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for all of your support. It really means a lot, especially because this is super scary for me. So I'm trying to stay like super positive, and it'll be fine. It's just a lot of waiting. And until then, I'm definitely busy. So yeah, thank you. Thank you. I hope that everything is awesome in your guys' worlds. We're coming into sweater weather. Sweater weather is upon us. So thank you. If you're first time viewers and you're still here and you're totally confused, I'll link the start of that if you care to know. I also have an introduction video that I'll link sometime in here if y'all don't know who I am, and that will help out a little bit if you're new to this world of crazy. Until next time, like, thumbs up, subscribe, all that happy horse shit. Cheers.